In esports, much like in any other sphere, conflicts are inevitable. Negative situations arise not only between opponents, but also among teammates. Nothing is surprising about this. The spirit of competition exists within everyone. Consequently, conflicts often emerge among team members, sometimes escalating into significant scandals. Today, we will delve into the 5 most prominent betrayals in Counter-Strike and Dota 2. Let's go. CadiaN and Jabbi&Stavn. Let's delve into a recent betrayal. When CadiaN departed from Heroic at the beginning of October, it sent shockwaves through the community.
Oh my god, what? CS2 roster update. Heroic hereby announces that Casper CadiaN Möller is stepping away from the active roster. After leading our Counter-Strike team through a highly successful run the past 4 years, CadiaN takes a seat on the bench.
The man who constructed a successful CS roster for your club, reaching the major finals and leading the tag to the top of the HLTV rankings, left the team. The reason for the kick was a divergence in the vision for the team's future. Some may argue that CadiaN was ousted due to unsatisfactory results at ESL Pro League 18. The team didn't make it out of groups. But a single tournament setback isn't typically grounds for removing a captain who, for an extended period, showcased a high level of play alongside the team.
Oh my god, he's knifed him, and he's gotten away with the all pumps time to get nervous. There's no way, CadiaN, you can't win Pro League like this. You can't win Pro League like this. No way. Take your time, son. You're about to make the play of your career. It's clear. Oh no! You're an animal. Heroic have done it, and I just can't believe it. 40% of their team.
The plot thickened on October 23rd. Dupree was signed to replace CadiaN, and the very next day, Jabbi&Stavn were benched.
So if you guys missed it, chat, this is the news. CS2 roster update. Heroic is sad to announce that Stavn and Jabbi are temporarily removed from the starting lineup.
It turns out that the latter two initiated CadiaN's removal. It was one of the conditions for extending their contracts with Heroic.
Yo, you either choose us, you either choose me, or this other bloke, CadiaN.
However, when the club fulfilled its part of the deal, it was revealed that Jabbi&Stavn had already been in talks with Astralis, the club's main competitor. Management was shocked by this behavior and benched both players, hoping to bring them back to the roster. However, according to the latest media reports, Jabbi&Stavn are in the final stages of signing contracts with Astralis. Nevertheless, CadiaN demonstrated that he is superior to these turncoats. He will represent Heroic at the Blast Fall Final, which will take place in Denmark, his home country. As for Jabbi&Stavn, their true colors will now be known to all. Once CadiaN elevated you to the Tier 1 level, and you made the best players in Denmark and CS, and you responded with a knife in the back, concealing your actions with hypocritical posts on social media. General and NAVI.FTM. General has been kicked from Navi multiple times, but today we'll discuss the most notable scandal surrounding his departure in April 2021. It all started on April 4th when General was replaced by Ramses immediately after the team qualified for the Singapore Major. The decision to make the substitution was made even before the news that Navi couldn't participate in the Major due to a high number of positive COVID tests among the players. The replacement caused misunderstanding among Navi fans, which in some cases turned into hatred. Accepting this change was challenging for some people. Importantly, AWF, Iceberg, and General had been playing together for a long time and seemed to be good friends in real life. Thus, Victor's removal appeared even more puzzling. On April 7th, General started an Instagram live stream revealing many unpleasant details about his kick and speaking unfavorably about his former teammates.
В общем, 4 число, захожу на сборы в 4, и мне сразу маг говорит, что вот, мы типа команда решили, мы тебя кикаем.
Alongside Navi, the hate was directed towards the team captain Always Wanna Fly, Coach Mag, and also V-Tune and Roger. According to General, they were the ones who decided on the substitution.
Хочу отметить момент, что Бадян в этом всем не участвовал. Насколько я понял, там тоже с ним какой-то мутняк был. Он тоже то ли был кикнут, то ли не был. Он мне писал, что да, в общем, как-то непонятная ситуация с Бадяном была. В общем, к тому, что Бадян в этом не участвовал. В этом участвовало 3 игрока и маг. по ходу.
Mid laner Iceberg was not involved in the discussion initially. They wanted to replace him too, but later decided to keep him in the main roster. What was the team's response? A legendary video where Mag, VTune, and AWF, seemingly unprepared, expressed their thoughts as politely as possible.
Все думают, что мы были супер друзьями, не разлей вода. Это неправда. Жаль то, что так получилось. По отношению к Гене, в любом случае, это некрасиво, это сложно. Но это спорт, и приходится принимать тяжелые решения в погоне за мечтой, в погоне за более высокими результатами.
Очень жаль, что так получилось, но что есть, то есть.
Ситуация неприятная, но замена сделана, чтобы победить, ну или хотя бы попытаться. Вот, мы ее сделали, мы приняли это решение. Надеюсь, оправдает ожидания.
Shortly after, Iceberg explained the situation in detail on Shadow's stream. He mentioned significant problems within the team during the previous season of the Regional League, especially with the General Roger combination, and conflicts with the offlaner even involved Iceberg himself.
We had frequent quarrels, and they were mostly in the game. If you point out a mistake to a person in the game, he perceives it not as if your team wants to make you better, but as if they want to humiliate you. We have come to such an atmosphere in the team. In terms of game moments, most of the time we had triggers specifically with Roger and the General, because it was very hard for them to stand the line.
Later, Roger started a live stream on Instagram talking about a plethora of issues and suggesting that General simply had bad luck, and that Roger had a good relationship with Ramses, who also played offlane.
Когда мы не в игре, мы хорошо общаемся, и никакого давления, все в хорошем настроении, но когда дело касается игры, там уже совсем другие люди. Команда умирала, и замена нужна была, я считаю, так или иначе. И я считаю, что Генычу просто не повезло, что Рамзес играет именно на его роли. Команде нужен такой человек, который будет колить, и к нему будет уважение со всех.
How did it all end? Navi didn't qualify for the ANA Major in Kiev, and in the TI qualifiers, only Roger and VTune remained in Navi from the original FTM roster. Kjaerbye and Astralis. When Kjaerbye joined the newly formed Astralis in spring 2015, it was the main representative of Denmark on the world stage, consistently holding a top 5 global ranking.
I really want to be the best, not just individually. I want to win titles with the team, so I'm a good fit. I hope so.
Results improved almost immediately. After a relatively weak start to 2016, the team found their groove in ECS Season 2, where Kjaerbye played a crucial role, essentially becoming the second star after Device.
People used to call you Little Device, and of course, Device is on your team, recognized as one of the best players in the world. Were you aware of the nickname? Had you ever heard it?
Actually, I wasn't aware of the nickname, but it's an honor, of course. Device is one of the greatest players that's ever played the game, so...
He even earned the nickname Mini Device.
And forces CTs away with the Molotovs. And oh, Kjaerbye! Is no one going to check this? Why is no one checking this spot? Kjaerbye getting... Oh, man, 3 from Kjaerbye!
Their victory in the first tournament boosted Astralis' confidence to unprecedented levels, and they headed to E-League Major Atlanta 2017 as serious contenders for the title. This tournament marked the peak of the Danes' career, an incredibly emotional group stage where Astralis barely made it through 3-2, and an astounding run through the playoffs against Navi and Fnatic.
It's 15 seconds again, the bomb needs to go down and just running into the crosshair, and he's delivering every single time. Fnatic in the most magical way of pulling it back, but look at Kjaerbye! Right time, right place!
To stage a comeback on the third map of the final against VP.
Has been picked up by Dupree, they get the spray, Neil takes one and Towns is there, and Astralis, they win the first major championship, 16-14 against Virtus.pro. Unbelievable!
Kjaerbye himself became the MVP of the tournament, etching his name into history. After winning the major, Astralis solidified their position in the rankings. Victories at Katowice 2017 and E-League 2017, along with numerous grand finals, motivated Glaive and the team to continue working together. However, an unexpected injury to Device played its part. The team failed to adjust properly towards the end of the year and exited E-League Boston Major 2018 in the group stage. Everyone understood the reasons for this defeat, and players stated that they would come back stronger. but Kjaerbye had a different opinion. On February 2nd, information appeared on HLTV that Kjaerbye was leaving Astralis and joining North.
I computerspillet Counter-Strike, der skifter stjernen Markus Kjaerbye fra Astralis til rivalerne fra North.
Even Astralis players were shocked by this decision, as Astralis had always been an organization built on trust and understanding among players.
It was crazy, and I was like, when I got the news, 100%, I was still on vacation. I was obviously shocked. I didn't know what to say right.
After the move, Kjaerbye stated that North would be a copy of Astralis and an improved version, prompting Astralis to hastily sign Magisk, who was considered toxic at that time.
It was a hard decision, but I think definitely was the right decision career-wise for me.
The rest is history. Astralis became the best team in CSGO, but without Kjaerbye. The reason for Kjaerbye's move to North was simply envy. His envy of Device grew, and Marcus wanted to break free into leading roles in his new team, intending to be its main star. Kjaerbye severely let down not only his teammates, but also the organization of Astralis. However, time put everything in its place. Zeus and NAVI. In August 2016, Simple replaced Zeus. The club had the opportunity to sign the most talented player, and it would be strange if the organization didn't consider it. Unfortunately, CS doesn't allow playing with 6 players. So, to bring in Simple, someone had to be kicked. They decided on Zeus. The coach would take on the role of captain.
Надо что-то менять, кто-то виноват, да, то есть кого-то найти.
Не то, что что-то менять, ну, то есть, да, и это, и просто всасывать финал хотелось, ну, то есть тогда было какое-то нереальное рвение, типа, хотелось, хочется быть первым уже, типа, мы все не можем, и на тот момент казалось, что, типа, решение этой проблемы будет взять жесткого, типа, чувака усилить.
6 years ago, coaching in CS was just beginning, so there were no rules regulating the activities of coaches. Yes, back then the coach could talk throughout the entire match. Unlike today's 30 seconds during timeouts, NAVI was one of the first to grasp the idea of coaches. The model of 5 tough players plus a coach coordinator behind was very appealing. Yes, it didn't work out for NAVI, but that doesn't mean kicking Zeus was a mistake. The main argument in favor of the kick being a mistake is NAVI's poor results over a year after Zeus's replacement. However, the failures were indirectly related to the departure of the captain. Primarily, it was Valve prohibited from talking before, during, and after rounds.
Мы берем Симпла, выходит правила тренеров, сразу же через неделю или 2 после отпуска.
Это ответочка от Зевса.
Да, Зевс набрал Вальву, алло, можно подъехать, пацанов?
Да.
In those years, Simple was still a perpetually dissatisfied person and not the most pleasant teammate. Cooling his ardor was almost impossible for anyone, and conflicts with Coach Starks were constant. The atmosphere within the team was terrible. But if Zeus was there, he might have somehow improved the situation. Zeus believed that his kick was unjust. The kick was sudden for him. He didn't know what to do next and didn't understand what had happened. One thing was clear. Zeus lost his home. He was at the origins of NAVI, won major championships in CS 1.6 with the club, experienced all the ups and downs and player replacements, and twice came close to winning a CSGO major. Zeus considered former teammates traitors and couldn't understand how they could remove him from the team. He learned about the impending replacement from his friend. At the E-League in Atlanta, Zeus's last tournament with NAVI, the guys rented luxury cars and took turns riding in them. Seized demonstratively refused to get into the car with Zeus. Yes, Zeus was treated unfairly, discussed behind his back, treated with contempt, and thrown out of the team. The most absurd thing is that Zeus gained the most from being kicked out of NAVI. It's unclear what would have happened to NAVI if Zeus hadn't been removed from the team. Maybe it would have gotten better, perhaps worse. Zeus won the major precisely with Gambit, and this happened right after being kicked out of NAVI. And before we continue, we'd like to remind you that you can support our channel financially. You can do this via Patreon or PayPal. All the details can be found in the description below this video. Fly and Notail. We simply couldn't skip these two guys. A story worthy of an anime adaptation. The tale of betrayal between Fly and his friend Notail.
No, he's like a brother to me. That's kind of where it's at, so it's not that normal for you to play with the same person for like 7 or 8 years, or almost the whole time.
They met in Heroes of Newerth and later transitioned together to Dota 2. During the 2018 OG season, which had dominated the majors for 2 years before, things took a downturn. In May of that year, just a month before TI8 qualifiers, Fly left OG and joined Evil Geniuses.
Fly in S4. Why did you leave OG?
The team hasn't worked for a long time, and I can say personally that I lost a lot of motivation when the whole situation arose where I could join EG. I felt a new surge of motivation where I felt like this is really a team I could win with, as opposed to the previous team where I felt like we kind of hit a dead end. In the end, I want to win, and I want to do it with teammates I believe in.
Fly's departure was a blow to OG. No-Tail had to switch to position 5, and they brought in a young Finnish player, Topson, and Anna, an Australian who had won majors with OG, but was expelled after a poor performance in the previous international. During an interview at TI8, No-Tail refused to discuss the situation.
No-Tail, for you, what was that like, going through that change?
I'm actually not that willing to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's something for later, another day.
Can you help people understand why you don't want to talk about it so that we can all leave you alone?
It's just personal. It's nobody's business.
Right.
There's nothing more to add. His expression said it all. Forgiveness wasn't in the air. As fate would have it, Evil Geniuses and OG found themselves in the upper bracket of the playoffs. The match was a clash of two approaches, a team of exceptional players against a team of best friends.
It's a rivalry, right? Let's talk about the drama.
After OG's incredible victory over EG, it was time for handshakes.
Shaking his hand, being the winner, it was very gratifying.
It seems like No-Tail had just proven something to everyone, primarily to himself, secondarily to Fly. Just look at Johan's expression. If looks could kill, his former friend would have dropped dead right there. As for how it all ended, you already know. No-Tail won 2 TIs, became a Dota legend, while Fly with EG never secured a single Tier 1 trophy. That's it. What betrayal did we forget? Write about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Good game.